I've had a lot of experience with family violence. I lived in a really violent alcoholic marriage for about 5 years where I had my face rearranged almost weekly. I had my nose busted 13 times in 8 months, and I was a professional at setting it myself. I refused to go into the hospital because they shamed me every time I went there. So I choose not to go there. And I just set it myself. It doesn't look too bad. I broke it another time and it kind of straightened it out, so I was happy about that. It wasn't through violence, it was through an accident. So I always say that Creator works in mysterious ways. So instead of having the witch's hook on my nose, it actually looks not too bad for an old lady. My name's Linda Boudreau Samaganus. I'm a Cree Métis originally from Fort Mac, and I grew up there before the boom hit. And when the boom hit, it destroyed our life. It destroyed our lifestyles, and we lost hundreds of women. And I don't think that anybody has ever taken the time, and I haven't had a chance to slow down and do that, but economic development takes its toll on communities, and in particular women and our young people. And so for me, I'm always really taking caution about promoting a lot of the development that happens really fast. Yes, it's nice for everybody to have a job and a lot of money, but not at the expense of people's lives. We couldn't even walk down the street without getting propositioned for sexual activities. We couldn't do anything. The RCMP used to drive us home after work because there'd be 30 or 40 single men waiting to try and get at us girls. And it was a scary time. After I had my children, I worked all the time, and like I said, I got sober, and I've been working in the community wellness field. I ran a treatment center for addicted adolescent kids from 12 to 17 up in St. Paul for 15 years, and the stories haven't changed in 40 years or 50, because I'm over 70 plus, and I was 16 when I left my community, and it was really dangerous and very, very I don't think anybody got away without some form of violence or violation to your mind, body, and spirit, because that's just the way it was. I've been an activist with the missing and murdered women and girls, and we sort of encompassed everybody who is missing and murdered, including Two-Spirit and our men and boys, because it doesn't matter what sex you are, it hurts to lose a family member. My sister, who was 5'2" and maybe 110 pounds, was abducted from her place of work 23 years ago. And it took us 22 years to get that guy into the court, convicted and sentenced. It was almost 22 years to the day that he got his sentence. And he had the nerve to say, when I did my victim impact statement, he said, well, who's to say we couldn't have had a consensual relationship? And it took all my strength not to say some nasty things, and I said, if it was consensual, there would have been no need to beat her almost to death and to leave her in the ditch like a dog, not caring whether she was dead or alive. She never recovered from that. She didn't die at the scene, but her life was stolen. And the 10 years she lived after that were horrid, because she was not a person, she wasn't even a drinker. She had 5 daughters. And so for her to recover from that didn't happen. And we all worked with her, and I'm a counselor. I'm an addictions counselor, and I'm a counselor, and I'm an elder. And there was just no way, it was too horrifying for her. So I know the pain. I've lost people that I know to this kind of violence. We just, every time I hear about them, and I know Danielle, and I know many, many others, Kathy, and women across, I'm in a network of women across the country, and I just know that we're the strength for each other.